hello, Roland. You've always been so considered about every choice you make when going through the process with WindowTreat. And would you like to start off by telling us about it?
During the 9 years that we've been in the house, we've invested a considerable amount of money in the house in various areas. We've enlarged and improved the kitchen area. We've fitted 2 new bathrooms. We've fitted bifold doors. We've replaced all of the windows. We've done all sorts of things to improve the living condition that we are in, that we enjoy every day, and we're improving the asset as we go, which will then safeguard us should we need to call on that asset in later life for healthcare or anything like that, or as an asset that we can pass, or at least the value we can pass on to our children. And fitting a roof lantern, it's a relatively small part of that, but an important part, because it enables us to use the room more often, whereas before there was a restriction on when we could use the room because it's either too hot, too sunny, or so these issues have now been controlled by the blind. We looked around when we were investigating what to use, and we found 2 other firms, one of which only supplied the blind and not the fitting, and it was something I wanted somebody with experience to do, and not something that I or any of my friends could do after watching a video. I wanted the whole package of delivery and fitting. Another organisation offered me a very similar product at a higher cost. When I approached them for a small discount, they didn't want to do that. So I looked around at WindowTreat, who also supplied a very similar product, which was more competitive. The fitting was carried out, first of all, the survey was carried out very professionally, and the guys came along and did the fitting also very professionally. And I'm extremely happy with the outcome, and wouldn't hesitate to recommend WindowTreat to anybody that had a similar issue. We had a bit of a sort of tiny issue with the noisy motor, which was resolved very quickly. So the one thing that I think is very good and very important, I think, for customers, is that the continuous contact that you have with a supplier, if I'm going to call it that, and it's responsive. The last thing that you want to be doing as a customer is sitting there wondering what's going to happen. It's nice to have, ask a question and get a response in a fairly quick fashion.
And it's important, if there is an issue, we'll always be there to solve it. So what do other people think when they come to your home?
Well, firstly, I don't think they actually notice it, which in a funny sort of way is very good, because it's in the void of the roof. So first and foremost, I don't think they notice it, and they only really notice it when you close it, which I think is a tribute, I think, to the design of it, if you like. So you've got rails that run down each side, which are fairly discreet, and the motor and the blind itself rolls up down one end. So you only really notice it when you close the blind, and then of course people then turn around and say, "Oh, that's good," and then you can enjoy the room as being one of these outside-in rooms, if you like, where you're actually inside, but you've got the benefit through the doors of being outside without necessarily worrying about whatever the temperature or the sunshine or the rain or whatever it is. So it makes the room more accessible and more usable.
Oh, brilliant. And the $1 million question, Roland, is, would you recommend WindowTreat to friends or colleagues?
Certainly, no reason why not. I mean, the price was competitive. The backup that Chris gave and the communication down the process was very good. And Marty and I think it's his son did the fitting very well, uh, very tidy, very clean, and we got absolutely no qualms about that. And as such, the whole process was relatively painless, and I'll be happy to recommend WindowTreat to anybody who has a similar problem.
Thank you, Roland. I continue to enjoy the space, and your feedback was music to our ears.
Great. Okay. Thank you very much.